Just the fact that I feel like if they have time to prepare for a team and for specific matchups, I think that can only serve to help them. And that's something that you get in this format. But enough about that. It's time to see how the action actually plays out. They'll be on the reactive side, on the CT side of Mrage, and we'll have Cloud9 calling the shots. And it seems as though they've got a lot of traffic towards the underpass here, perhaps looking to burst out of mid in towards A.
This could be that connector play. Explosive. Exist is going to get cut off from his teammates, and we've already lost Rez, who's playing aggressive B. Exist only going to get the one kill, but Draken has rotated around, and he's got the bomb now in front of connector, and a second headshot for him.
Great work from Draken. And now it's damage control for Cloud9, not having the bomb. It being firmly in the hands of the counter-terrorists of NiP does make things rather complicated. But a quick boost here could help simplify things in one way or another. Flicks coming in from Tarek, nothing to land though, and that play just really snuffed out. Although that said, Tarek will go back for seconds. He's going to get that as well. Forest goes down, but still a 2 versus 2 here, and plenty of time to try to work the field.
Can they actually get the utility in play here? That's what I'm curious about. There's 3 flashes picked up here for Cloud9. Tarek, no Kevlar. Skadoodle, no Kevlar. So if they get into a drawn-out fight, it's going to get hairy. But they do have the utility to make things easier. It doesn't matter. Tarek going to find the headshot on GetRight, who's holding the angle, and now it's on Draken. Hits another headshot and another. There we go. Quad kill from Draken. I guess he was listening. I guess he was listening to the desk there. You know, like, questions of consistency. Not so sure about that, boys. I'm here to dominate.
Yeah, man. Draken he's been an amazing addition ever since he first came into the team. They were in a lot of turmoil. I almost felt sort of bad for him from some respects to really get his shot, his crack at the top tier of CS in a spot where NiP were really in turmoil. But as you said, he was actually very consistently great on the numbers just continually throughout that era with Forest. So great to see this new look NiP lineup, and to see if there can be anything done here by Cloud9 on this force buy. So far, not so good, although Draken will be weak, but can they finish him off?
Young Stu's got the HE. Oh, he is going to get the dunk on Exist. Thought he would put it on Draken. Draken has to stay alive though, man. He's got so much utility. This is a scary situation for him now. Trying to use his nades, trying to find a way out of this. There is going to be the counter boost coming in, and the HE delivered. Care of Draken, who's right on the edge. He's going to see Stewie in just a second, spots the legs, and gets a free kill. So man advantage here for NiP.
You got to love that he just trusted his teammates there, stayed in position. His teammates played around him. Even though Draken could have been in a state of panic, they used that knowledge that he was weak, or that the other team had that knowledge, to their own advantage. Love that. And they'll just clean up the rest. It really looked like it could have gone completely sideways for the Swedes, but they have managed to control things nicely here. They could even stand to survive with 4 players, which would be pretty massive on the economy going forwards. Automatic trying to make sure that's not the reality, though, just looking for a cheeky frag. But this is something that'd be interesting, the discipline from NiP, because we saw this previously, when Threat was heavily invested as a coach, introducing that structure, last year's Malmo, they were very, very disciplined and structured, and that really characterized them. But then since that period, we haven't really seen it.
Yeah, I was kind of curious coming into it just to see how NiP would be affected by the change of rules over a DreamHack. Threat getting a little bit more involved in the calling because he was able to speak during freeze time. And so when you have rule changes that are dramatic like that, it kind of messes a little bit with the results for me. It makes it hard to predict where exactly the team is. Because now we're playing with major rules where, once again, Threat, silence, unless there is a timeout called, he's not able to actually interact with NiP. So now we get a real test for the Ninjas. How are they going to fare when they don't have their coach who's able to help them all the time?
Absolutely, and it does make it even more exciting as well when we do get a timeout called, and how much liberty they'll take with that. And right now, Cloud9 can't really express much liberty with such few, no utility and no weapons really to work off of. So it's a slow death for them, an unceremonious exit, I would presume, in this round. Only a P250 now to work off of. Glocks for everybody else.
This is where I just want to see GetRight and Rez charge around and find frags of those UMPs. This is a hard eco, clean as it gets here for NiP, so this is their real chance to farm some money. Don't want to see the other players on NiP getting too aggressive. Really want to take a point with the SMGs to take advantage of this situation and farm some money right now. So GetRight, he's been keeping an eye on Palace. He did spot a man up there earlier on. And so right now, NiP just kind of locking down. 2 on the B site, 3 on the A site. Feeling pretty confident about this.
Yeah, and you're right. GetRight's definitely, he's the man that you love to just see get all those eco frags if anyone's going to get them. Because if he gets all the frags, he just levels up. And that's a great spray down there. Ooh, got to be a bit careful. Tagged down to 18, but he does have teammates there, and it could be the dunk. But no, it's Exist to finish off Rush. And that will bring this round to a close. Now it's time for the real Counter-Strike. What does Master Tarek have in the bag here for NiP?
Well, it is going to be good eco management from Skadoodle. That's what we're used to seeing from him, to be fair. He does prioritize that AWP and those eco rounds and those save rounds, and so he will have the op with the Kevlar as well, which is certainly going to help. A couple players from NiP picking up HE grenades, so definitely something you want to have to mitigate any kind of shrapnel coming your way. But it is that 3-0 lead right now for NiP after the pistol. Very early smokes going out here. I love this one from Rush. Going to go ahead and neatly block off connector. And in the meantime, that's aggression from NiP, charging straight into underpass, taking control of the B side of the map.
Yeah, you gotta love it. They made so much money from the previous rounds that they have the liberty to try to just work off of these UMPs they saved, try to go for a very risky play. It's worked out phenomenally well here. And this really puts a test towards Cloud9, because Cloud9 have actually picked up mid control here. NiP are playing passively with their man advantage, so Cloud9 want to set up that A split, but will NiP let them? Well, Tarek will catch off Forest, so maybe there's a good chance here now for C9.
That's that nasty situation where you can have players switching the model of their guns, right side, left side, for just those kinds of angles. I think Steel used to talk about doing that back in the day. Freiburg used to do it as well. But that's the thing where it's just like Forrest, he just didn't see him. Didn't see him coming from a mile away there. Tarek getting the drop on Forrest and tying things up 4-4 here. But they're so light on the nades now, Cloud9. Look at this. They had their smokes down very early on in this round, but now they've got 2 flashes to work with here to get a bomb plant.
And conversely, if we look at NiP, they've done pretty well to conserve. Even though they've got no smoke grenades left, they've got a lot of flashbangs, a couple incendiaries. Those will go a long way. However, love this from Cloud9, going for a contact play, not announcing their presence, just trying to walk onto the site, see how far they can get, and that will not allow NiP to really use those counter grenades to actually, well, counter the push, because they don't know about it just yet. And there it is. Get Right's going to hear the bomb be planted, and now the call is in. NiP has to get the rotations in as well. This will be tough for them.
All right, there's the Molotov, goes down. Ska, not going to matter at all. Not going to find the second shot, though. Skadoodle, he has the angle, but Exist with the pre-fire. What a shot. Beautiful work there from Exist. Draken with the long lurk is going to find Rush, and we're to a 2-on-2 retake now. Draken still has some utility to use as well. So we'll see if he can get that into play. But right now, this should be a situation that favors Cloud9. Bomb is planted and ticking.
And there it is. Good peek from Tarek, good timing. Draken too low to sustain the damage. And same can be said for Exist. That will be the end of them. And a very important round won by Cloud9. And I think a really big difference was made in that call to just play contact there. I think if they give any warning to NiP that there is, and obviously there is risk in going contact like they did, but I feel like in the end, it's the most effective play. And NiP were not able to hold things off there. And I did like the discipline in seeing NiP after they got the first pick. They went really passive straight away.
Yeah, just waiting and having some confidence in their ability to retake. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out for the Ninjas that time, but they do have the money to go for the full buy here. All of those SMG kills earlier in the anti-ecos basically allows them to have everything that they want here going into the 5th round. So this is a big pressure moment here for Cloud9. They have definitely not established their bank. Well, Stewie, you get a grenade to the face. He's down to 49 HP, and he hasn't even seen anybody yet.
Yeah, man, that sucks.
That sucks.
That sucks. All being there. All being there. But it's okay, because another thing that I like about Cloud9 so far is that they've been quite confident to take middle. NiP, beyond their really fast throwaway aggression in underpass, we've not seen them really aggress onto mid or re-aggress. And I feel like that's something that is going to be on the cards for later. And at the moment, NiP are really testing Cloud9's ability to, once they take that mid control, how they coordinate away from it. Because that's the tough part, to get that bomb site. And we can see right now Cloud9, they're circling around with the bomb for that A hit very soon.
I think we're going to see Draken start to rotate over, or at least get towards kitchen, and that is going to be the case. Exist does spot out the man in connector there. So a little bit of pressure applied onto Stewie, but with Stewie in connector, that really gives Cloud9 a lot of room to move here. Automatic holding on short, going to try and draw some attention over towards the B site, so it's going to be on Rez to spot him out quickly. And he might, luck of the draw, but he messes it up. Rez caught sleeping, Automatic with the free kill. And now NiP, they're going to doubt themselves. They're not sure if this is going to be a B hit. There is time left here for Cloud9 to make the play.
But Cloud9 indeed doing quite a good job going in. Draken, though, rears his head for a quick shot. He's going to take down Rush, but the trade is in, leaving Exist all alone. This is a very difficult situation. Sure, he's got time, but he's got a multitude of opponents to worry about all at once. Where are they? And he's not going to figure the answer to that question out in time. It's Skadoodle with the frag in the round for Cloud9 now as they go 2-3. And, I mean, that's great stuff here for Cloud9. Their game plan so far is working out. And I think this is where we will see that adjustment from NiP, where NiP are like, okay, we can't let Cloud9 just play the map after taking that map control.
Dude, in both of the big important rounds here at the beginning of this half, Tarek has just gotten ham. Yeah, exactly. He's got 9 kills right now. 4 in the last round, in the round before last, and I think he had like 2 at the end of the last round. I mean, right now, Tarek, if he is going to be calling the shots and setting the strategy, and at the same time just leading by example, he's like, look, guys, it's easy. I'm just getting headshots left and right. Let's go. Why not? And Cloud9 showing some hype as well. There is a bit of a redemption story here. I mean, it wasn't pretty to watch them get completely obliterated by FaZe in front of a home crowd, but they have the chance to play in front of another crowd tonight, live on TBS as well. That would be a big opportunity here for Cloud9.
Oh yes, it is a glorious opportunity as we see the pistols slowly diminish here for NiP as they can do nothing in the face of the strength of those AKs. NiP will be closer to getting that buy round. And again, I'm just so curious about that, but also, as we talked about previously, you know, when they're going to choose to actually use those timeouts as well, and how many times, like, do they feel like, okay, timeouts are more important generally on the T side as well? So that's going to be an interesting thing for me to find out. But Cloud9 right now just trying to make this clean. So we're seeing that discipline from them as well, not just running around willy-nilly, sticking together, playing passively, trying not to throw away any more advantages.
I'm liking this from Rush, being mindful of the flank behind him, just taking the time to check some angles, and once again walking his way out onto the A side. But again, this is a fake. It's not going to be action A, although they will find out that, hey, there's nobody here. Rush is clearing it all out. Draken and Exist are going for the wrap back towards A. They're completely dodging each other. Cloud9 going to get a free bomb plant on the B site here. Exist is close enough on short to be annoying, though, so we'll see if he can get in there to find an angle.
It would be really cool for NiP to get some damage off that Deagle, but Draken definitely interested in saving that AK. It's going to go quite far into the next round. Only on 3 rounds lost in a row, which is $2,400. So they'll have a good amount of cash to buy with, and the AK is going to make things even better for them. Exist, can he get something here? They know he's going to be lurking around here somewhere.
Yeah, they've got him boxed in. He's stuck. Young Stu going to miss the shot, but that doesn't mean that Automatic is beautiful bank flash. Not fully going to take advantage of it, but Automatic will, with a bit of a delay there, find the frag. So nicely done on his part. And Draken right now just needs to be staying alive. He's open palace right now. Just make it your home, Draken. Do not leave it. There's cushions. Looks like there's T up there as well. You know, get comfy. Don't go anywhere.
I think GetRight has to buy his ult for him, unfortunately. But it's good to see that he's 10-2, is Draken. You know, he's making a lot of money here. He's keeping his economy as Norpa alive, which means lows and nades, as we can see here. And the AWP indeed was dropped by GetRight. But this is the question now. This should be where you'd imagine, okay, NiP going to switch things up. Cloud9 have been so good at that default mid control. Don't let them have it.
This is where NiP have to change things up. We saw the aggression to underpass from NiP earlier. You know, is it going to be more of the same? It doesn't look like it, not in this round at least. It's Draken getting into connector instead. Exist setting up the play for him, drawing attention to window. But Draken not going to find anything. Those Molotovs going down, blocking him off. And in the meantime, Cloud9, they're gathered up towards the B apartment. So it's looking like there's going to be some action here. Rez and Forest, they're going to have to stay sharp.
Oh, this is really cool, actually, trying to just walk the way into towards B. I wonder if they'll go for the full commit here, because this is very jarring if you're the CTs here and you just see suddenly all of the entire team, the entire terrorist team just on the bomb site and with very little time to react. You have to get a couple kills so the retake is possible. Beautiful timing there from Stewie. Can't get the first frag. We'll have to see if that'll come back to haunt him, though, as Forrest is still alive on the bomb site going for the transitional spray, but it's not actually happening. And indeed, Cloud9 with that just walk through apartments. Perfect call. It worked out so well.
What beautiful work. And the anti-timing from Stewie. He just caught Rez looking dead into the wall, trying to dodge a flash. He just beat that timing perfectly. Stewie taking point, opening things up here for his team. I love it, though. That's Stewie's style. He loves to get in there and go through smokes and try and follow up on flashes, hit those off timings to find the headshots to open up the bomb sites for his team. And really him leading the way, creating that space. That's what made it so clean for Cloud9 afterwards. They knew that Rez was bench, so the guys following up, they're going to get a free kill there. And then he was very quick to communicate that the last man was on the bomb site. And so that was perfect. Cloud9, man, they're looking really good here on the T side.
Yeah, I really have to agree with you. I mean, it's one of the things that I just love to see and gives me a lot of confidence for them. It's not, you know, any of the flashy plays and the kills, and that's not really been the story at all so far. It has been those team decisions, the team play behind those decisions, everyone being on the same page and making the right calls mid-round, backed up with a solid mid-take, you know, it's as a default for your early round. That is what Cloud9 have brought to the table at the moment, and NiP, they have to, you know, sit down and think for a moment and say, okay, hang on, what is the best way to take down Cloud9 right now? Because the round they just ran against us, okay, they caught us off, that can happen, but it is clear we have to change our approach.
So we got Threat having a bit of a chat with his boys right now. This is going to be a bit of a touch and go round for NiP. 2 players were able to save. That's Get Right and Draken. Draken keeping that AWP alive, so that's good. But they're a bit light on the economy. Although Forest has enough to buy, and a near full buy for him, Exist and Rez definitely light on funds. So it's looking like it might be a bit of a half situation here for NiP. Forest gets the Kevlar and the Dig, a couple of pistols, and so play will rotate around trying to keep the AK and keep that AWP alive and kicking.
So here it is. Once again, we see these just very effective grenades used by Cloud9 into middle. NiP, with that realization, playing a lot of players towards the middle position, generally speaking, without going too aggressive themselves. They want to play off of that first pick here. We can see Draken looking for it. And really, this is the next test for Cloud9. How well can they play around like this, which can be very difficult to manage?
It seems like that's what Threat was telling them. It's like, enough giving them mid early, boys. We need to try and set a trap here. See if we can take advantage of it. Get Right, we'll find the one. Exist is there to trade for, however, and Draken finds Tarek looking the wrong way. Just like that, in the span of a couple seconds, it's Rush and Skadoodle, the last 2 alive here in this round for Cloud9. This is still an anti-eco, though. And so they are going to walk their way out onto that B site, and it's looking like it's going to come down to Ska and Rush. Who's going to find the shot first?
This is beautifully done by NiP, punishing Cloud9 in middle. And now it's a telegraph play into B as the last attempt here to salvage something in this round around that should go to Cloud9. And it may still do so. Great double coming in from Rush now as we see NiP firing back, but it's Draken to put the last nail in the coffin, at least for that round for Cloud9. Beautiful stuff. Again, just punishing Cloud9 in not having enough personnel and not having enough grenades to properly deal with a heavy combat situation in mid.
This is where I want to see Cloud9 go for a very quick execute, either onto B or A, but hit one of the extremities. Because if NiP are changing up their game and they're going to have a presence mid, that can leave the bomb sites a little exposed. And so Cloud9 could try and catch NiP off guard here by hitting an extremity quickly. Bit of a tongue twister, that. But the smokes again going out into mid early on. And once again, NiP, yeah, putting on the aggression. Draken, very quick out through window towards connector, looking for that pick towards top mid. Oh, and he's going to find it.
Oh my god, that's the wrong way, but the fire is down. That is so awkward, isn't it? How do you explain that one? That looks quite ridiculous. Now NiP, they have to play 3 versus 5. This is completely blown up in their faces. Get Right sitting there by connector. But how do they do this? They're in a situation where obviously they can get really reset on the money. They do have a little bit in the bank, but straight back to 1400 if they lose this round. So that's going to really mess with the flow of the game for NiP. They have to win this round, and there could become a point where they just go save these 2 guns. This could be the point, but Forrest, he still wants something here. Yeah,
they're still looking for it. I do like the fact that they're stacking up together. They're giving themselves the best chance here, NiP. If they were split up 1 on each site, it would be game over. But right now, if they can get a crossfire setup, Forest and Get Right, I mean, perfectly capable of multi-sprays. So Cloud9 kind of setting things up here, but unfortunately for NiP, this round, Cloud9 left themselves enough time to play off their lurker. And so we've already got Stewie, he's worked his way out onto that B site, and Cloud9 have the time to rotate over there and get a bomb plant for free. Not this time, NiP.
Yeah, this is absolutely gutting for the Ninjas in pajamas, as Cloud9 have played it perfectly once again. And I have to just credit the fact that they are patient, the fact that they're trying to play every edge they possibly can here. There are some teams that would say, hey, with 4 of us here, we could just go into the site. It's going to be 4 versus 2 at worst. I like those numbers. But instead they're saying, well, the bomb site's clear. We've got the time. We're going to play this. We're going to fake it out. We're going to do everything we can to make sure that we're going to win this round with as little loss as possible. Forest will get an extra kill here. And this is one of the reasons why I think also they had to stack a site and go for it. Because, saving is going to be very hard in this situation.
It's a shame that Get Right won't be able to make a play for that AK. He just needs to stay alive at this point. Do they have a Molotov for him? Young Stu does have a molly. Does he put it into the back corner, though? Or they might just try and walk in here. Looking like it. There's Get Right with 1. Will he spot the second? Yes, he will, but Tarek finds a headshot first. And Forrest alone in Palace. Cloud9 know that he's up there, but they're not willing to... I love this from Cloud9, man. They're like, right, keep the 1 gun. So long as we keep 3 alive, we're still cooking and we're still building our money. So they don't overcommit. They don't get crazy. And we've got a 5-4 situation now. Cloud9 in the lead.
NiP had Forrest on around $6,600, so he had just enough money to get that AWP purchase for Draken. So NiP will only be with 1 player without a weapon, thanks to Forrest being able to save that AK-47. So there is still a chance here for NiP, but their utility is not great. They're starting to reach this territory where they have to take risks, and it's really about how you select those risks. And so I'm curious about that. Draken going down in middle again, and he's generally been quite unsuccessful. I think we can say it's to the credit of Cloud9 just dotting their I's and crossing their T's.
Yeah, it feels like something's off. Like, I'm not sure if he's expecting more support from his teammates, if like a flash is supposed to come in to help him out, but it feels like he keeps getting caught there at bottom connector by the man out top for Cloud9. So the timing just not looking good here for Draken. Liking that he's still brave enough to go for the aggression, though. That is his role. That's what he needs to do. That's why NiP hired him. They need that explosiveness, and so you got to take risks if you're the opera here for NiP. And Draken's doing his job.
And this is what you were wanting to see previously, just seeing one of these set pieces going in onto the site. So we'll get to see how well it's going to work out for Cloud9 in this situation. They haven't really run this just yet. Stewie with a good position to cover down into the stairs and jungle, as now as we have Cloud9 just storming the bomb site. Great usage of the grenades, textbook stuff here. NiP have to try to just keep the integrity of their numbers. This cannot happen. Oh, almost 2 players there on the spray down. Tarek's done huge damage, though, in taking out a player regardless, putting NiP onto 3 players to make this retake a reality. It's honestly going to be very tough for them, though.
Unless they find a kill immediately. Like, Draken needs to find a frag right now if they're going to go for this, and I don't think it's going to happen. He had a window there. If he could have found a pick, maybe they push in, take it even odds. But Exist was the only one with a kit, though, and he was on 7 HP. So it was real dicey there for NiP, and it's looking like it's not going to happen. I love Tarek, though, man. That's some inspired play. Where he's like, yes, there's a reason why this CT smoke, you know, it's not a great one just because the CTs can kind of hop up on ticket booth, maybe take advantage of it, get a one-way going. But it turns out that Tarek can do that, too. Just hop on up and use it against him. Worked out perfect.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And it's the kind of stuff that you can start to play on the minds of your opponents when you feel as though your opponent is doing stuff that's sort of weird to you, and it's working. That's never you never like to be on the receiving end of that. So Cloud9, they are playing really well right now. I mean, you can't really discredit them, and I love this because they're really throwing the gauntlet down to NiP and saying this is what you have to compete with. If you want to take a game off us, and we can see that Stu is pretty confident in their chances going forwards. They feel like they should top out the group. That they should be the most successful team here in this this particular group of ELEAGUE. And NiP right now, you can see on their faces, they are sort of unaware as to perhaps where to go right now.
I mean, Threat has really taken as much time there as possible to talk to his team during that 30-second break. Well, I mean, it looks like NiP are receptive. I mean, they have changed every time there was the timeout. Well, I mean, this is the second timeout, but after the first one, they've changed up their game, started to get aggressive in mid again, trying to look to fight there. And so, is Threat telling them to get back onto the extremities, see if they can't punish Cloud9. I do like it from Cloud9, though. This time it is going to be that straight A execute, it looks like, fairly quickly, but Draken has taken up residence here in Palace. Stewie's waiting right around the corner. Who's going to win this duel?
This is a big one. If Draken holds onto this position, it's instrumental in the defense. That's a beautiful flash there from Stewie. He pushes Draken back a bit. But how does he handle the situation? Lining up the smoke now. Does this give the game up to NiP? Or are they going to be forced to retake it? Get right playing close. If he gets a couple frags here, that can make all the difference. But he's only got a USP. You can't really hope for even one from this position. But he's got the distraction, and he'll be able to pull out the frag there. Picks up the AK, has a hold of a great position too. But the bomb does go down for the Cloud9 side.
Tarek, right now, Tarek is right on the edge. Not going to matter. Tarek won't find the kill this time. Rush instead. Eco Cobra getting 3 frags.
That was like 4 kills in like half a second.
Yeah, that was just like the total wipeout. And this is only going to serve to get Cloud9 more and more confident here. They're shouting, let's go, nice. You can hear them getting pumped. Things are going their way. They're at 7 rounds right now on the T side of Mrage. It's a fantastic start for them. And they've got a very solid economy, as you guys can see. So, I mean, right now, Cloud9, it's on them to lose this map, pretty much. NiP, now, what are you going to do? Because you have 1 kit. Draken didn't get his AWP. You're light on the nades. So this is going to be touch and go here for the Ninjas, but right through the smoke, Draken finds the kill. Top mid, it works for him this time.
That's what NiP really need. They need some fortune going their way. And one thing to note very quickly is that I enjoyed the fact that Cloud9, their previous set piece on the A bomb site was actually a different one. It was the variation where you cut the site in half. And so they are keeping a lot of variation even in plays that look like something else they've just done, but there's always a slight variation. So credit to them for that also. NiP, though, now looking to play off that man advantage. And previously, they went very passive when they got it, but it didn't work out for them when they let Cloud9 play the map.
Oh, sick play here from Stu. Is he going to hear the steps, though? Yeah. Putting some more shots through, hoping to get lucky, but it's not going to happen this time. So Tarek is dead. Man advantage for NiP. Forrest still alive in ladder. After the utility as well. That's going to be frustrating for Stewie. Can they find something here, though? Draken with the late flash peek onto short. He's got the setup, he's got the angle, and he wins the duel versus Automatic. Skadoodle not able to trade.
Great adjustment here for NiP, trying to take mid back from their opponents, but Cloud9, they're managing to find their way into all the nooks and crannies on the map, getting these great angles, and Stewie with a second one there as well, causing so much disruption, and perhaps the round will collapse around the plays that he's made. NiP with not much left really to play off of at this position. The bomb ready to be planted on A, and Draken in search of Stewie, but you don't find Stewie, Stewie finds you.
Stewie's just so ready. Unbelievable round. All right, Rez, what are you going to do? You got to miss it. Oh, hits the shot, eventually gets it. 1v2 now. Still a little bit of time here to play with. He needs to find somebody making a mistake here on Cloud9's side. Big peek here from one of the Cloud9 players would do the trick, but Rush hits that timing perfectly. Here's the drop and manages to pick off Rez for free. So 2 players survive. They save the AWP here for Ska. And, well, 8 rounds on the board now for Cloud9. And, man, you're right. You just got to give it to Stu. Just getting through connector, hitting that timing perfectly. Forrest, at that point, he's got to be thinking that a teammate has got him covered towards jungle. But no, and that just threw everything out of whack for NiP. Some miscommunication, perhaps? Like, just what's going on?
I feel like there's some good adjustments there from NiP. They managed to, re-aggress Draken into mid. They got a pick from that. But then the problem was Cloud9 were just outplaying NiP individually, just as they started to move forwards. So, I don't know, it's Cloud9, as you said, they just built up that momentum very early on, and this is very cute. Draken with the Zeus. Can't get the taste, though. Stewie with the double off the spray. And it's just mere USPs for the remainder of NiP, and that's really a sad reality.
Well, they've got mid-control now. Exactly. Nicely done by Tarek. What a shot. This should set it up, though. Automatic will find the last frag. Got a little dicey there. Got a little dicey. But good recovery once they knew that there was a massive stack in underpass. At that point, Cloud9, they just had to lock down mid. Did that, capitalized on it. You do believe, like, Stewie is one of those players with good enough spray control where you believe that he's going to get it, that third one.
Oh, yeah.
Just going to track it on there and get the headshot. 9-4, though, man. This is brutal.
Yeah, and pulling out the WAWPs. Rez on the second one. Rez not having the best of games so far. Can't really find anything to click for him. Perhaps this will make the difference. And one thing that's NiP can be confident in is their T side. Forever NiP can have great T sides. So they just need enough rounds on this half. I think 5 is really a good minimum to work off of to get your game started into that second half. So 2 chances for that.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I was just reacting too. I think did Draken literally just get that wallbang through? Because Automatic is at half HP.
I don't believe, man. I want to believe.
I want to believe that he nailed that. I mean, maybe
we've seen this before somewhere as well this round.
Oh, buddy. Yeah, you're talking about Draken, or maybe about Rez being a bit quiet. Well, there's Forrest to find Stewie, and it was a wallbang shot. Just got it confirmed. Holy hell, that's a sick shot from Draken. And, well, speak of the devil, there's a kill for him. Rez now, he's got the angle, and this is tough. Cloud9, they've kind of run out of utility on this, and so they're going to have to do it the hard way.
And this is the round that Cloud9 ran previously, way back when and it's sort of broke NiP when they were on a bit of a roll of some success.
Yeah, they just have to sit and wait.
Yeah, they've got a way better setup. Can you really recommit into this? I don't know, man. It's looking painful. Rez able to pick off one. Tarek, though, finds himself the head of Forrest, but he is now the last man standing for his team. Great flick shot there. More players to find, but it'd be Rez to get him first, and that's the 5th round that I was hoping that NiP would get just to make this matchup much more, or have a higher possibility to be competitive into that second half.
Oh, that's so sick that he hit that shot. Because all Draken saw was the smoke. He just saw the angle from the smoke.
Draken is a great talent.
I mean, he's a beast. It feels like he's coming into his own, and it's a joy to see, right? It feels like, oh well, Denmark, just all this talent in Scandinavia. They've got teams in the top 10, right? Where are the new players coming in here from Sweden? And NiP have taken it on themselves to start bringing them up. And that's Draken, that's Rez, and so far, I mean, it does feel like Draken is starting to get more and more comfortable. I mean, right now the score isn't too pretty here for NiP, but he's sitting at 16 frags.
I don't know what the reality really is with Draken from this perspective, but I feel like, if I was to describe him, fearless is at the top of, the words that I would use to describe him, because he really just gives me that vibe where he's just not afraid to do stuff. And it's not, not in a bad way, because obviously some of the risks that you have to take as an aggressive and explosive warper, the way that this CSGO is played at the highest of levels, you can't have doubt. You have to have that fearlessness, and he definitely has that.
Well, that's like, they're just adding difficulty to getting that nade set up now. All right. Forest mid window. We've seen this setup before here from NiP. Draken gonna miss the flick. He did get roasted a little bit. That cost him. And Tarek, that smoke blooms just in time to save Draken. So a bit of an exchange there. Draken taking a little bit of damage, but this is the 15th round. This is the last round of the first half. This is really where NiP need to get that lockdown. It's been a lot of A action for Cloud9, but it's looking like they want to rinse and repeat, maybe head over towards this B site.
Going back to B, will it work as it did so long ago for Cloud9? They just tried to do this, or something similar to this, but obviously they have Automatic in a great position. He might just be able to catch Forest. Forest, though, somewhat aware as to the possibility for a player to be in this position, as he understands where his team has given up map control. And there it is. We get Cloud9 starting to go for the B play, and Forest is there to support.
Oh man, there's Forest at least. He's bringing it back. Had to do the big damage here. He's going to need a bigger one, but it's not going to happen. Rush finds the headshot first. 3-on-3 retake now for NiP. There was a chance there for Rez. He wasn't able to shine. That free shot on the short would have turned things. But now it's pretty difficult here for NiP to stop Cloud9 from getting to double digits. Exist very quick towards short, but that angle's already covered. Automatic just waiting in an off angle for him.
Beautiful stuff here from Cloud9, holding on to this. They did so well to break the bomb site. Now, we bigged up Draken so much before. He's got a lot of work ahead of him here. Get right looking to help him out. Goes for the jump into the shot. That's not going to be quick enough, though, for Rush. And Get right now stuck in the apartments. 5 points of health. It's Automatic to get the kill. And the round for Cloud9, 10-5. That's a great first half for Cloud9. For me, a very surprising tightness to their game.
Yeah, they're moving together as a unit. They are working together as a team right now. That's a joy to see with the firepower that's on Cloud9. I mean, Tarek has had a fantastic first half. And those weren't just eco frags, right? Where you're just like, oh, I got 3 of them when they didn't have Kevlar or anything. No. Most of his kills are coming from high impact rounds where it's a fully bought NiP and he's doing the dirty work of trying to get in there first and open things up along with Stu. They've been doing an excellent job. You got to give it to him. Yeah, Tarek, 123 ADR right now. If
you consider the struggles of NiP, the fact that Draken, has been putting up some numbers here is pretty impressive. He just seems reliable in that way. Doesn't matter how the game's going to go, he's going to get numbers. And obviously numbers do not tell the full story, but I feel as though if we do see Draken getting into some good spots, we could see some juicy stuff.
This is where you have to wonder, is it the rest of NiP trying to get comfortable around Draken? Because it's clear that he's got the space, right? He gets to make the call, I want to go mid this time, I'm going to go window, I'm going to go connector. He's clearly got the space when he has that op to decide where he's going to go on the map. But is that just causing a little bit of discomfort on the rest of the players? Because we aren't seeing the other guys really hitting that many shots. I mean, clearly, look at the score. So there might still be some fine-tuning here for NiP. But NiP, it's about to head over towards this B site. Tarek, he's going to spot one. Does it dodges immediately, and there's the flash follow-up. So let's see, can Tarek find more headshots?
Looking for him. Cloud9 in a great position here, hitting those very crucial first shots as the T's try to enter the bomb site. They can't get any momentum here. No fragging, barely able to even fire off any shots at this rate. These USPs doing wonderful work, and that's a clean sweep almost from Cloud9. And that is bad news for NiP.
Jeez, that's brutal. I mean, NiP just couldn't find anything. Where was the utility? Where was the way to get in there? I mean, very good angles being held there by Cloud9 as well. Passive angles would have made it difficult to get that utility to be effective if you're a NiP, but still, Cloud9 just falling back, giving ground, finding the headshots, playing patient. 4 players right now in double digits in the frags for Cloud9. It's kind of telling the story here. 11-5. Cloud9 with the money, obviously, and NiP, they've gone for the force buy. They're holding nothing back, and they want to try again. It is going to be that B site hit.
Tarek's waiting, though. Automatic to support. And here it comes. Famas backing away, finding another angle, but it won't be good enough. It's Automatic now. Everything falls on his shoulders to try to defend, and he's doing so remarkably well. Now it's just 2 more players to find, but I think he's done enough. 3 players coming back in from Cloud9 to go for the retake.
Cloud9, I mean, NiP right now are desperate to get the bomb plant, and it looks like they will find that at least. So they've kind of offset the buy this round. Stewie should be able to, spot out Forest very easily, gets that headshot, and Rush will find the final kill on Draken. So it kind of goes according to plan there towards the end. NiP, though, 2 kills, bomb plant on a force buy situation. I mean, that's not too shabby for them. They're going to be getting a bit more money than I thought that they would. And especially given how clean Automatic and Tarek played that at the beginning. Tarek with his initial peak, not overcommitting, winning that fight, and Automatic making it very difficult for NiP to trade against him here.
Yeah, he did a really good job. I love that, that tight rope that you're walking when you're on these site defenses between, okay, do I have to get a frag now versus do I need to buy time, and just like managing those two things. It's a beauty to watch. You know, very good anchor on the bomb site, just working those decisions. And NiP, unfortunately for them, just stuck on the pistols once more. A Deagle to play with though, so I'll be very curious to see if Forest can get anything done with that. Maybe, you know, just pass the Deagle around. That's usually what this round like this is about. Oh, there you go. Forest taking down Stewie. Beautiful stuff. Will we have more? I want more.
Yeah, but where did the M4 drop? I guess it didn't fall out the window. That's a bit sad there for NiP. That would have been great to have a gun to work with. Now Automatic is going to be here using it as bait, exactly. He checks for it, so he's got eyes on the gun. He knows that NiP could be motivated to try and boost somebody up here into window to try and pick that up. But it's that mid presence now for NiP. All 4 players gathered up. They're waiting on it. There's Tarek. Again, 1-for-1. That's not good enough here, Cloud9. This is a costly round now.
It really is. And I love how just saw Tarek just jumping out there, just trying to get that frag onto Forest. That Deagle, though, recovered by Exist. How much more can the Deagle do? Will it be a feast of frags for NiP, or will they be eliminated here? Automatic about to spot on to get right. He'll get the kill too. Exist waiting. He's like, come on, make that mistake.
I dare you.
I double dare you.
Yeah, double dog dare you. I mean, he knows he's got him pinned in the corner, but 35 seconds left. Eventually, Exist, you're going to have to make the play for a bomb site. Or just die, so you get the money for the next round. There it is. Ah, patience not rewarded. He had 1 shot.
Yeah, that's so sad. Oh well, Forrest got this very lovely shot, and there was a second kill to be had too. Oh, it was on the second attempt.
Nice team play though from Draken, just throwing himself out there.
That was nice from Exist too. And honestly, you know, from a round like that where the investment was, what was it, like 2 PT50s and a Deagle, so you know, like $1,300. That's pretty reasonable to get a couple of kills there. You're doing really well. So 13-5. That's the real issue for NiP. They don't have much in the way of, you know, room to maneuver if they make mistakes.
It's looking like, again, it's that mid battle, and Skadoodle and Stewie going very aggressive underpass, not wasting any time at all. Forest is going to have to be careful here. Skadoodle is pushed up very aggressively, and Forest might jump right into it. And yep, sure enough, instant kill. Both players for Cloud9 can rotate back towards that B site, and in the meantime, Automatic, he's still present in mid.
This is really interesting because there's so many ways that Cloud9 could read that, because obviously they saw only Forest alone, so that could look like he's lurking towards B apps. But that said, Cloud9 are not done looking for information here. They're re-pushing, which I love, onto the apartment and looking for information in middle, but it seems to have backfired here. Did they overextend? That's the question. I think a lot of people would think yes, but still, there is the opportunity here. Skadoodle with a very forward position. He can keep his teammates in good spots because they know that NiP cannot be working B just yet unless they all go through middle.
Oh boy, and he's going to be close enough to here. If they were stomping, Get Right's going to back off just far enough, watching for that flank. Now it's going to be both remaining players here on the A site, Tarek and Rush. Rush in a bit of a one-and-done spot, but he can still be the hero here. He's got eyes on Palace, but if he lets them get onto the bomb site, he can completely destroy NiP right now, and Skadoodle is still in the back line with that late flank. This is going to be the moment to make or break. Rez leading the way, Get Right's there to help out, and this is all on Rush. Can he stay alive? Rush just needs to stay alive and buy time. They have no idea that he's here. He's going to deny the bomb plant for free.
Oh, he's yet to give his position away till the very last moment, but unfortunately for him, it wasn't a default plant. Things could have been so different, perhaps, if it was, but great shots coming out from Rez there, the 4K from him. And again, he's been very quiet on that first half, looking for his moment to strike, and we see it in this round. Clean, crisp, clinical plays from Mr. Rez, the new man of NiP, and that's going to give NiP some hope moving forwards. They've actually broken the money for Cloud9, who will need only 1 eco.
Yeah, they'll go for the half buy this round. But you got to give it to him. I mean, you kind of got... All right, yes, you know, pushing aggressive again from Automatic, questionable, but sometimes you want to go for the BDP. That would have really thrown NiP off, right, had it worked. Unfortunately for him, he had the drop on the NiP player. He just completely fluffed it. He didn't find his shots. So there was a real chance there for Cloud9 to just shut NiP down. But some unforced errors.
Yeah, it is really interesting because I was wondering if there'd be a lot of mind gaming there because they only saw Forest, which sort of it makes you think, okay, Forest is playing lurk and they're actually playing for an A push. And so I was thinking, okay, is NiP going to like double back into that position? Will Cloud9 kind of, you know, re-aggress to just double check that information that B apps is actually clear now? But instead it turned out, okay, I think it was Stewie Automatic that just pushed mid. So that just changed everything from that point forward. So we didn't really get to see those mind games.
Yeah, there's really no way for NiP to predict that. I like it. And right now, things are going to work out here for Cloud9. They walked right into the trap. The stack, Stewie still alive on the bomb site, boosted up. Not showing himself until the very end, and unfortunately not able to capitalize, but still, 2-on-2, 3 kills, and there's the headshot. Skadoodle, perfectly done. He's going to get flanked, but that still leaves Rush in a 1v1 versus Get Right.
Yeah, there's guns all over the bomb site, but Rush has to get to them. Good use of utility coming out from Get Right. We'll have to see if he can make this one work. Oh no, gets caught from the side by the CZ of Rush. That was very unexpected by Get Right. Somehow Rush found that perfect timing. That was heartbreaking. But speaking of heartbreaks, Skadoodle just ruining absolutely everybody with this deagle. Beautiful stuff from him. And
what are these shots?
I know, right?
Oh, I love getting instant replays like this. Thank you very much. That first shot from Skadoodle was filthy.
That was godlike stuff. And on the desk, they mentioned as well, in the past that Skadoodle was not always considered as good on everything, pistols, rifles. You could always expect the ult from him, but sometimes those were in question. But that's something we've seen in the last few months really step up for Skadoodle. We're seeing somewhat of a resurgence, which has been just so fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, he's just the perseverance in Ska. And Ska is one of those, he's kind of like a Forrest in a way. Like, he plays a few other games, right? And he's just good at all of them. It's kind of frustrating, right? Where you're just like, come on, Ska, please just be bad at like one game so that I can feel just a little bit better. But yeah, he's a fun guy, Ska. And he's just beastly. And so I think now with this roster change, we had Stewie mentioning that earlier in the interview with Stu, that they're all super motivated, and this is the hardest they've ever been working. All that jazz, right? But watching them play right now, it feels like it. It feels like they've got confidence.
Oh, for sure. You can see the hard work right now. And this is very much a desperation play. NiP going for, at the very least, a bomb plant, if not the round win here. So they can see this one. That's, of course, Cloud9 on 15 on match point. So we'll see Cloud9 now just reaggressing back into the bomb site, trying not to allow these smokes to keep them locked away for too long. And it's a good effort, too. They've taken down 2 members of NiP whilst keeping themselves 4 strong, ready for those smokes to go away.
Yes, exactly. Patience here from Cloud9. You got to take a breath. You had Stewie throw himself in there. He created the space. That buys the time now for Automatic to get the late lurk. Finds the shot on Rez. And so a 2-man advantage now for Cloud9, and they can just take their sweet time with this. Skadoodle will miss his shot. Uncharacteristic, but Tarek catches Exist in the back, and it's match point for Cloud9. 15-6. What is it? Was there like a memo that went out with the teams today? You can both win, and the score has to be 16-6.
The problem there is that one of the reasons why I like the set piece execution was the fact that they needed a bomb plant regardless of whatever happens in the round. So try to build your round win around the bomb plant. So that's how they do it. They get the set piece, they execute it, but they didn't even get the bomb plant. There was opportunity to do so. So that's a really big problem, because now we're going to see $800 less on each player, which means a lot less to work with, obviously. And Skadoodle, oh no, that's absolutely ridiculous there. That is salt in the wound from Skadoodle, 3 in a row, and it was just like that. It's all over.
What can you say, mate? The collateral, then just he knows he's got him in the bag, goes for the reflex, plays aggressive, and well, that's Cloud9 completely destroying NiP.
Yeah, man, that goes against a lot of our predictions, but this is the thing, Cloud9, they said they've been putting in that hard work, as you mentioned, and it just really showed here, and you can only credit them that. And I think, NiP, it's best of one. You always have that to think about when you